Um, how's your week gone?
It's going all right. I'm procrastinating a bit because
Yeah.
my next thing I have to focus on makes me uncomfortable.
What's that?
Every time I have this next challenge, I end up going through a period of procrastination before I get my ass into gear and actually do it. So I'm because I think I'm at the stage where I need to start focusing on like building my relationship with my leads. So I want to start doing more YouTube content and emails and sending out the videos in my broadcasts and all this kind of stuff. But all week I've just had these thoughts going around in my head that are like, what are you going to talk about that's different, and what is going to make you interesting, and what are why do people want to listen to you, and what have you got to say that's important, and all of that stuff, which then makes me stay completely away from the camera because I'm like, So that's where I'm at.
Got it. Okay, cool. So so everything that you've just said, what do all of those things have in common?
It's like self-doubt. What do you mean? I don't understand.
One of those two words is the word I'm looking for.
They're about me?
Yes. All about you, right? Which is normal, right? It's expected because obviously you're going into new territory. So naturally, the mind is going to start kicking up a bit of a fuss. It's going to start throwing out all these doubts because the mind wants you to stay in your comfort zone, which is safe. It doesn't want you to go into the unknown of starting to actually provide value to people, because then you actually might start achieving some like real success, and then you might actually change your life. And it's like, holy shit, that's really scary. That's fear of success, right?
Yeah.
So the easy, I say easy, doesn't mean it's easy, but the straightforward way to shift into actually taking action is to stop focusing on self and start focusing on
the other people.
Yes.
Yeah. I had that thought last night actually, because or maybe it was in my meditation this morning, but I did have that ringing around my head last night and this morning. I was like, just think about those poor people stuck in the 9 to 5 like I used to be, and how awful that was, and just think about them and how I can help them.
How did that make you feel when you thought that thought though?
Well, it made it easier a bit. It made it feel a bit more comfortable, because it just felt like I would be speaking to somebody who's struggling in a position that I used to be in, and I can help with that because temporarily I've got out of it. I might have to go back to it though, which is the other thing that is like, it's hard, like, because the success is not there yet. So yeah.
So if you're in this space where good that you started shifting the focus perhaps onto other people and their situations. So what could be the one single question that you could ask yourself that would enable you to shift your focus away from yourself and onto them and actually take action? What sort of question could you ask?
How can I help them?
What's that about?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh. What do they need?
There you go. What do they need?
I've heard that so many times.
So what do they need? So you've got leads that are coming through. Why did they click your video?
I don't know, because I just yesterday spent ages looking at the placements, and my Abraham Hicks one has been showing on conspiracy theory channels and UFO sighting channels and all these things that are nothing to do with law of attraction. Okay,
so the targeting is one aspect, but that's more about the how. It's just it's technical, is semantics, whatever you call it. Not that important. So the bigger question is, if you are attracting the type of people that you want to be attracting, and you've got that bit dialed in, what would that type of person, what would your perfect avatar, your perfect customer, what would they be clicking your video for?
They want more freedom.
What does freedom mean for them?
It means no one telling them what to do. It means freedom to spend their day as they like, pursuing their hobbies or doing greater things that have more impact on the world, or traveling if that's what they feel like doing. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Cool. And if they want all of that stuff, they've watched your video, they're like, okay, this makes sense. They've clicked, they've watched Stuart's video series, but they haven't submitted an application. What could be going on in their world at the moment, or what could be going on in their mind at the moment?
Either they're skeptical that it's real, or they're skeptical about whether they can do it.
Yeah.
So maybe
they can do it. What else?
Lack of time, lack of knowledge, money.
Keep going. Yeah. What else?
Fear. You're counting because these are all things I can make videos about, right?
Yeah, keep going.
I know you watch too many of your videos. I like know you so well now. I lost my train of thought. Self-doubt. Okay. Lack of time, lack of money, lack of support. Procrastination. Yeah, okay, but this is where I get stuck, because I've written a long list of ideas like this before, and then I find myself saying, yeah, but like, you're just gonna do what everyone else is doing, and isn't that really boring? Because then I see you making videos about all these things, and I'm like, I'm just gonna sound like I'm copying Dan. Like, what makes it me? And that's the bit that I got stuck at.
Is Dan the first person to ever do a YouTube video about procrastination?
No, but obviously your targeting was very good, because I resonated with everything you say, and every time I watch your videos I still do resonate with most of it and agree with most of it. And so I'm like, I just feel like I'm gonna sound like a copy of you. I don't want to do that. I want to find like me and be more unique.
What's all that to do with
me?
Yeah. Let's imagine you did sound like a copy of me, right? You did a video, and let's say it was just an absolute perfect clone of Dan Holloway, and you sent it to a bunch of people on your list. Do you reckon, even if you were an absolute clone of Dan Holloway, which by the way you won't be, but let's say you were, would that provide value to your list?
Yeah.
Okay. So if that would provide value to your list, but the reason you're not shooting the video is because you don't want to sound like someone else, and yet whether you sound like someone else or not is irrelevant to them getting value, what's the outcome of you not shooting the video because you don't want to sound like me?
I'm not helping them.
Exactly. They stay stuck. So they lose out. So the point is, what, you ain't going to sound like me, because I don't sound like anyone else. I mean, a lot of the stuff, all the stuff that comes out of my mouth is based on stuff that I've learned or read from other people. Now, over time, because I've been saying this stuff for so long on webinars and so on and so forth, I've developed my own spin on it, but that's only come from saying it in the first place. And the first time that I've ever said everything that I've ever said has basically been parroting what I've already heard. But people don't really, like yourself, you don't look at me and go, oh, you're just parroting Eckhart Tolle, and you're just parroting Stuart Ross, and you're just parroting this person and this person and this person, and whatever. You don't hear that. You just hear Dan's message. In the same way that people who see your stuff, they're just going to hear Alex's message. It will come across as you. You couldn't copy me if you tried, in the same way that I can't copy Stuart Ross if I tried. Even if I say exactly the same words, it'll sound like me and it'll sound like you. So that then begs the next question, is we know all of this stuff on a logical level, but you're still going to have the procrastination, the feeling of procrastination. That biological response is still going to be there. So the next question is, well, how do we move through it, even knowing all of this stuff that we've just discussed? So talk to me a little bit, Alex, about when you start feeling procrastination. Let's say you sit down to work today and you go, right, I want to shoot videos, I'm going to start sending broadcasts. What's the normal pattern that you go through in your day when that happens?
I'll do something else. I'll find something else that I think is more important to do, and tell myself that needs to be done first and the other thing can wait.
You're exactly the same as me in that respect. I do an identical thing. I'll literally go, yeah, I could do this other thing instead. It's about as important. I'll do that. And I'll put it off for ages. So.
I just made an agreement with Morel last night though, because Morel wants to start shooting loads of content. And
Nice.
So we were talking on the Facebook group, and we've just made a commitment that from Monday, we're going to do 4 YouTube videos a week and 1 new ad a week, and we're going to hold each other accountable. So
Wow.
I put the steps in place. I've given myself a couple of days to get my head in the right frame of mind for it.
Awesome. Okay, brilliant. Like, that's fantastic, because as soon as you've got accountability, well, you've got no choice. You've got to do it. And
Yeah,
obviously you know that from.
I'm going to talk about it in the group as well.
Yeah, perfect. All right, that's really cool. Now, just to nail this down, because I think doing accountability, you probably won't even need what I'm about to share with you at all, because again, like same as 90-day challenge, we have no choice when we're in that situation. We just got to do it, and it becomes important. But what you can do is, if you find yourself absolutely procrastinating about, a particular task, for example, shooting your first piece of video content, whatever it is, if you just clear out your entire schedule, literally, like, are you using Trello at the moment? Yeah. So literally do like a fresh Trello board. And I did the reason that Dan's Day even came to exist instead of, there was a Scrap the 9 to 5 board, which is now the Ideas board. But the reason this even came to exist was because of this. And initially, this literally just had like 2 things in it. Everything else was gone. And the only thing that I had in my to-do list that I could see was that. So I had no way out. It was like, I'm working. That's all I've got to do. So that's it,
Yeah.
So if you do that kind of thing along with your accountability, all you're doing is you're creating the environment around you that makes it automatic that you just have to do that thing. There's no way out.
What do you do when though, like sometimes if I'm in the right frame of mind, like if I'm feeling really happy and confident and positive, then it's really easy.
Yeah.
I've gone and shot videos when I didn't even need to, just because I felt really excited about something. But then what do you do when you're having one of those days where you're not feeling like that and you've got to shoot a video and you're like, oh, do you have a technique to deal with that?
I do indeed. I don't do it enough. But I know it's a stupid thing. Like, I know the technique, I know how to do it, but when I'm in a bit of a funk, I'll often myself stay trapped within that funk for a while until I'll be like, oh, okay, fine, I'll get myself out of it, right? And I got this from Unleash the Power Within, Tony Robbins, and there's a guy called what the hell's his bloody name? It's like Joseph Chamberlain the Third or something. I can't remember his full name. Oh, Joseph. Is it Joseph? I think it's Joseph McClendon the Third. That's his name. Yeah,
sounds important.
It's a fantastic name, and he's really cool. Like, he's a black dude and he's ripped. Like, he's in absolute fantastic shape, right? And this guy's standing on stage, and he did 2 of the 4 days at UPW. Was Joseph McClendon the Third. And at the end, like near the end of the last day, he was doing this little section, and he ended up saying, "Hey, by the way, would anyone like to guess how old I am?" I can't remember how it came about, but it was just like 10,000 people, and he goes, "Would anyone like to guess how old I am?" And like some people were shouting out numbers and stuff like that, mostly around early 40s, some 30s, some a bit older, but early 40s was like the majority cluster. He was 62, and like I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, oh my god.
Wow.
And one of this guy's main philosophies is off the back of Tony Robbins's motion creates emotion, right? So the feelings that we feel are a result of how we use our bodies. So if you're hunched over, you're like breathing shallow, you're looking down, you're basically modeling, like, for example, depression, lack of confidence, and so on and so forth, you're going to start to have a biochemical reaction in your body that mirrors your physiology. And so if your shoulders back, heads up, chest out, that's what, have you heard the Wonder Woman pose? You do the Wonder Woman pose for 2 minutes in the morning. Yeah, you do that. It's like you do that pose and it releases.
2 minutes in the morning?
Yeah. So like quite a lot of personal development coaches will talk about it. They're like, do the Wonder Woman pose, hand on your hips.
Sitting up straighter,
Yeah, like that, chin up, all this stuff. And it creates a biochemical reaction in the body. It releases more testosterone, which makes you more action focused. It's like, there's lots of chemicals that are released as a result of it. Anyway, the point is that motion creates emotion. The way you use your body is the way that you're going to feel as a result. And so he has this little thing. I can't remember the name that he had from it, but it was basically like, shake that ass. So like, do a little like a little boogie. If you're feeling like shit, just stand up and just dance around and shake that ass. And he got us doing it constantly all the time through the 2 days. Like, everybody shake that ass, and we'd all get up and we like shake our ass. So just kind of gets you out of that mood, and gets you your blood pumping a little bit, and your the chemicals in your body flowing.
Would it put some music on and have a boogie? That does work.
Yeah, and then try and shoot a video after that, and you'll be much more bouncy.
I just shoot videos of me dancing. Do you think that provides value?
Well, Kels does that. Whether it provides value or not is a matter of opinion, but there you go.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay, and then what about like where are you getting all your content ideas from? Because I could probably manage the first however many days, and then I'm gonna start to like be like, what now?
Yeah, cool. So I have a process that I've put in place very recently across the team, and the way this process works is, bear with me, I can just show you.
It's quite good timing because you're doing all of this big content stuff.
Yes, it's timing quite well. Okay, so what I would do is I have a basically like whatever system you use to just get ideas out on paper. Like, I use MindNote quite a lot, and I'll use Notes quite a lot for different stuff. But basically, like, just get ideas down for stuff that you could talk about, topics. Right, so I did a recent thing on, the 6 reasons that people fail in business that I talked about at Momentum Day. This has been quite a big backbone of a lot of stuff I've been doing recently. Again, finding your voice, it's all stuff that I've learned from elsewhere. And you just write down, like, what do you want to talk about? What ideas do you have around certain topics? What questions could you answer? So what questions could the people on your list be asking that you could answer? So these are all questions that people could ask. Okay. And so when I've got a bit of a plan of the type of content that I want to shoot, I will then go on YouTube, vidIQ, and I would use, have you heard of vidIQ before?
I heard you mention it recently, but I don't really know anything
okay. No, that's all right. So vidIQ is it's a YouTube add-on. I think they've got a trial version or free version, but the free version's there's not a huge amount you can do on it. But basically, if I search like how to stop procrastinating, like that, vidIQ pops up on the right hand side, and it's going to show me the search volume. Let me get zoom out of the way. The search volume of a keyword and the competition score of a keyword. So high search volume is good, low competition is good. So if you can find something that's toward the green end of both of those, that's going to have an overall score of near 100, which is great. Right. Then what I'll do, so I'll look at this and I go, it's a pretty good keyword. And then you go down here and you can look at the other related keywords to this. What else have you got? And if I click, like, say, stop procrastinating, click it. Come on then, there we go. And it's going to pop up with this little one here. So go, okay, that one's a little bit better. And then you've got a whole bunch of related keywords that you can start clicking through to find some great combinations. And you can save, so obviously nobody searches this, so it's not very good and it's got high competition. But if you find a bunch of keywords that are very relevant, or a main keyword that you want to try and rank for, everything related to that main keyword. So let's say we're using how to stop procrastinating. If I write in the description, as many of these related keywords that are relevant to the message I want to say as possible, that is going to give me a very good chance of ranking organically on YouTube for this particular content piece. So what I'll then do, and I've perfected this within the last 2 weeks, what I'll then do is I have a content document, which I have one literally right here. So what I'm doing at the moment. So it's just a format of a document that I write that then enables my team to just syndicate content across all the right social channels. There's a big process that I've built, training in Praxio, like all this stuff. But essentially the document is, the main part of it is the description. And I'd use this description on Facebook, YouTube, the Convertry landing page. It's all pretty much the same stuff, but I'll write this based on the keywords that I've just researched, and those keywords that I've researched are based on the topic that I actually want to talk about. So I'm finding keywords relative to what I want to talk about. When I found those keywords, I write the description. When I write the description, which is going to go out across my social, I've then refined in my brain the logical order that I want to go through this, and then I will shoot the video.
That's quite a process.
It is. You've got to put, if you want to do it properly, you've got to put a fair amount of thought to create good content. Like, sure, you can just churn content every day about whatever comes in your brain. That's what I used to do. But it's very untargeted, and like, if you want to do an organic ranking strategy, like the keywords and the descriptions are the important part. If you literally just want to pump content out to your leads and you're not fussed about the ranking part yet, which is fine, then just write down the ideas that come in your head, then just answer the questions, then just send the videos on a Convertry landing page.
Yeah, I may as well learn to do it this way and get quicker at that and better at that, right?
Potentially. One thing you could do, and again, this is something I've learned through trying to bite off more than I can chew with all these new processes that I'm building. Do it like bit by bit. So you could start, maybe you and Morel, for the first 2 weeks, you know, don't bother with the organic stuff. Just literally come up with ideas of content to shoot. Just put it into like a list of, this day I'm going to do this one, this day I'm going to do this one, da 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 da. Just get 2 weeks worth of ideas, shoot the videos, chuck it in a Convertry sales page. You obviously know what mine look like, same sort of thing, you know, whatever it is. Once you've built it once, you can clone it and it's going to be much more straightforward. Excuse me. And once you've got that process underway and you're used to just churning content, then build in this middle part of the process, and that's going to make it more valuable. So just do it one little bit at a time.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Otherwise I'll just get overwhelmed again.
Yeah, we all do. I do as well. It's part of the process.
No, you don't. I don't believe.
Oh, I do. I promise you. I try. When I started this content creation process, and we've just brought a new team member onto the team, and she's going through this process at the moment. I tried to onboard simultaneously Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, thumbnails, and all of this keyword research stuff, and then try and get the team doing it. It was like,
Oh.
never going to happen. So we've just done it one step at a time. YouTube is obviously the primary focus, and now we're building up bit by bit from there. I'm not even touching Instagram yet. I'm not even touching Twitter yet. LinkedIn, nowhere near yet. So yeah, just, you get that bit by bit.
Break it down. Yeah, that makes sense. What do you do about the thumbnails? Because when I have done some videos and I've like just done a screenshot and then put it in a separate page on my website, I never get the same thumbnail. I don't know what I'm doing.
So when you
but it's slightly different because YouTube, I can't remember what happened. Maybe YouTube picked one and then I was taking a screenshot. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what's the best way to do that.
Okay. So whether you design the thumbnails properly yet or not, again, I wouldn't bother with doing it yet. Yeah. I literally just did this one this morning.
Is that your dinosaur that you're... No, is it an elephant?
It's an elephant. Yeah, the tusks have been taken off so far. It's an elephant, yeah.
What's his name? Norman.
That's it. Norman the elephant. That's him. Yeah, I went and saw him yesterday. So these thumbnails here, what I basically do is I'm still getting a feel for the different styles that I want to do it in long term. So I've looked at channels like Tom Bilyeu, Gary V, Mind Valley, what's Jay Shetty doing, Lewis Howes, basically looking at what all of them are doing. And they've got very distinct styles for different playlists. And again, biting off more than I could chew. I'm like, right, I'm going to launch 3 different playlists simultaneously. One for like online business, one for, I've called it at the moment, #UnleashYou, but I'm still kind of working on that. Very quickly realized that creating a playlist with its own branding is actually quite a big ass project. So like I underestimated how big it is.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm churning out these different styles to just get a feel for, you know, what am I resonating with? Which ones am I going to relate more to the online business path, and which one am I going to relate more to the Unleash You path? Because at the moment, that's just the two that I'm now going to build on, and then from there it's going to grow. But for yourself, if you, just a good trick to do is when you shoot your video, just before or after, just take a photo of you in the same place. So take a photo of you smiling, shoot the video,
Yeah.
and then you can use the photo as the thumbnail. And if you just want to go super basic for now, just go on Canva or something like that, put the photo in, do it to the dimensions of 1280 pixels by 720 pixels, and I'll send you the replay of this so you can, you know, check it back. That's the YouTube thumbnail size. Chuck it in Canva, and then just use like big bold white text or something, you know, just the simple thumbnail that you see a lot of people do on YouTube, and that way you can just pump content out and get used to the other stuff first.
Awesome. Amazing. So many tips in 29 minutes.
this video I'm totally going to put out in the Facebook group, if that's cool, because yeah, there was a lot of good questions there.
That is cool with me. Thank you so much.
You are more than welcome. Let me know how you get on. I'll speak to you on webinars before then anyway, but if not, a couple of weeks.
Yeah, take care. Have a good day.
You too. Thanks, Alex. Bye.